Once he senses your presence in the water, you won't have a chance to survive. He is the master of these waters, the true lord and terror of the deep. There are monstrous legends about him, thousands of deaths are attributed to him. And science is still unsure if he even exists. They call him the murderer, the thug, the river devil, but how much truth is there in these tales? Let's find out. Our guest tonight is the catfish ogre, the Goonch. Goonch sightings are reported from different regions of India, Nepal, China, and Vietnam. Fishermen are often lucky enough to catch one. However, this luck is questionable because its meat is unpalatable, smelly, and spoils almost instantly. Only in the hungriest regions of India the principle it is not the quality of food that matters, but its quantity works, so every year hundreds of people are poisoned by rotten Goonch meat. Yes, this serial killer can kill even after his own death. Goonch catfish, the monster of Asia's dirty rivers for local fishermen and visiting extreme fishermen, the Goonch is a valuable trophy. And so, when it is brought ashore, it appears in all its monstrous grandeur. A huge slippery carcass, a giant head, the largest of all catfish, and a wide mouth with fangs bent inward. The giant catfish weighs up to 100 kilograms. However, the local newspapers regularly report about the catches of Goonch as over 150 or even 200 kilograms. But, of course, we will not believe them. Because it is still unknown whether the catfish is a separate species. In Asian waters, in addition to our friend, there lives a small copy of it no longer than 20 centimeters, the pygmy Goonch. So, some scientists believe that the giant guppy is an adult version of the dwarf guppy. Just under certain circumstances, it grows into a 2-meter-long fish. As for the danger to humans, everything is not so unequivocal. Catfish eat crayfish, fish, amphibians, and small mammals that fall into the water. They are very fond of rotten meat and eat carrion with pleasure. The latter factor was the reason for accusing the river devil of human sacrifice. The fact is that in India, the ancient custom of ritual burning of the dead is still widespread, after which the remains are dumped into the river. After a series of mysterious disappearances of people in the Mahakali River area, it was suggested that the catfish had become addicted to human meat from the fires and had now switched from rotting to, so to speak, healthy eating. Since then, the shadow of the killer catfish has wandered over every case of human disappearance without a trace in the jungle. There is no documented evidence of guano attacks on humans. But locals will tell you dozens of stories about how a step-aunt's cousin-in-law saw with his own dog's eyes a huge catfish drag a child under the water. So far, word of mouth has been stronger than scientific data. Popularizing the topic of killer catfish was British extreme fisherman Jeremy Wade, host of the documentary series River Monsters. The show recounted an incident on the Kali River where dozens of people and livestock went missing between 1998 and 2007, with all witnesses reporting they had been dragged under the water by a giant river pig. And while everyone talks about the threat of the river monster to humans, the monster itself was in danger of extinction. Because of their secretive way of life in rough waters among the impenetrable jungle, gundog researchers cannot determine at least the approximate size of their population. We don't know how many are left, but we do know that sightings of giant catfish are becoming rarer, and there must be a reason for that. And while India's population is slowly passing the next million, the river killer that terrified the entire country is already in the Red Book. Some tribal communities in India have a cult of the killer catfish. It is worshipped as a deity and called the Batar shark. Note the name of the region. It is strictly forbidden to hunt gundogs here, it is considered a crime. There have even been attempts to make it the official symbol of the state of Chhattisgarh. Maybe at least the water devil could find a safe haven there. After all, it turns out that the devil is not as frightening as he is painted.